Hi, welcome to what's happening. Here are the top 5 stories. At number 1, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says it had foiled an attempt by a human trafficker to export illicit drugs to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. In a statement on Sunday by the NDLEA spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, said the suspect, Matthew Bassey, aged 29 from Akwa Ibom State, planted the drug in an orphan's luggage. Mr. Babafemi said that the suspect who had allegedly recruited the orphan, Miss Eno Peter, was at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos State. Mr. Bassey was arrested on July 6th. Mr. Babafemi added that 50 parcels of cannabis concealed in food items were discovered in Miss Peter's luggage. At number 2, Sri Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa will on July 13th resign from office following a massive protest that rocked the island country on Saturday. The country's parliamentary speaker Mahinda Abewardana said the president will remain in office until next Wednesday to ensure a peaceful transition. The announcement of the president's resignation came hours after protesters stormed his official residence to register their displeasure over the country's severe economic crisis. However, the president had earlier been evacuated before their arrival. President Rajapaksa had in July insisted on finishing the remaining 2 years of his term, despite months-long protests calling for his resignation. At number 3, the Kaduna-based newspaper publisher Taku Mamon over the weekend helped in negotiating the release of 7 hostages who were abducted from the Abuja-Kaduna train that was attacked by gunmen in March. Mr. Mamu, who had earlier stepped down as the negotiator, helped in securing the release of 11 hostages in June. Mamu said no ransom was paid for the release of the passengers. However, some reports state otherwise. The release is coming 5 days after the alleged masterminds of the abduction illegally released their members during the attack on the Kuje Medium Security Custodial Center, Abuja, on Tuesday. Recall that as part of the terrorist demands, they requested the release of their commanders detained by the military. The controversy surrounding the recently released abductees sparked reactions from Nigerians on social media. At number 4, the management of the University College Hospital, Ibadan, Oyo State, says it has reversed its decision to add 1,000 naira electricity fee to the service charge of every admitted patient. In a statement, the hospital spokesperson Toye Akirin-Lola quoted the Director of Administration, Stephen Oladejo, saying the hospital never charged such a fee. Mr. Toye explained that the memo being referred to was an internal document which was not implemented after a thorough review and had since been withdrawn. At number 5, the kidnapped 13-year-old daughter of Pastor Daniel Umaru has been freed after a huge sum of undisclosed amount was paid as ransom. Also, the remains of her 2 brothers who were shot dead have been buried in Adamawa State on Saturday. Recall that gunmen had invaded the residence of Mr. Umaru, who was reportedly shot, along with 2 teenage sons, while the gunmen abducted his 13-year-old daughter. Meanwhile, the pastor and his wife are still fighting for their lives at the Modibo Adama University Teaching Hospital, Yola. Please do well to get your permanent voters cards as the 2023 general elections is almost here. See you next time on What's Happening.